Welcome to round 2. Yeah, that's it. All right. So, where we left off, I had just kludged my way through updating Tailwind from 3 to 4. Meanwhile, we also ended up doing some code mod for React 19 and updated ESLint. Next thing I wanted to do was to implement a blog feature, and I think I'm going to start this with a little help from Claude. See where we get. Because I wanted this to be a little different. Like, I could just hook up a database and throw in a template and, do everything the standard way. I could even, with all of that, implement server-side, I'll try and do better about that. I mentioned in the last video, just getting over a chest cold and, doing a lot of clearing my throat, but I don't think about it. And then all of a sudden I'm doing it in the microphone. So my apologies if I do it, but I will attempt to mute in the future. Like now. So, anyhow, here's the plan. And let's just write this out. So I'd like to implement a blog feature. And actually, what I should do is probably nuke this stuff so it doesn't get confused. This was just, I guess, idea. That's right. This was like an idea for what one of my earlier blog posts is going to be about. That ended up being a huge thing. And I think that they have some, well, I don't know if it's official or community feature around like post embedding. There was some web component thing I wasn't super jazzed about, but I think somebody did like a proper React package, so this is a lot less complicated. But basically, like, it came down to, like, it was really easy to get the data, but translating the data into something that resembled what you would see on Blue Sky was a completely different bag of, well, it was bag. There's a lot of different like artifact types and like different ways that posts could be configured that you don't really think about. Like, is it a post within a post and like a repost or a quoted repost? Does that quoted repost have media? Like, and the different ways that can be displayed. So I got through a bunch of it and it just ended up being, sorry, whisker's tickling me. It just ended up being a huge pain in the butt. So let's think about this. We're putting it at blog, the folder, so as a reference where I want to put it. Dynamic components should be put in a feature folder under components. All right. I should know that already, though, too. I try and keep a like a tech stack file in the rules so that like every time I run one of these, it kind of has some context about how I would like the architecture to be. It's actually an interesting idea for like a MCP service, something that could return different architectures. Like this is all based on like the create T3 tag. Yeah, wow, words are hard. This is all based on the create T3 stack. And even then there's multiple configurations, right? So like maybe it would be something that would be scaffolded with the code building tool. I don't know, I have to think about that. But all right. They should know about that, but I'm going to make it explicit so that it doesn't go down the wrong path. And I'd like to be able to make custom components or let's say blog pages, for example. Blog slash some article name, page would be my blog post, and I want it to be indexed in some sort of way. In a way that allows to display, how do we call them, lists, like the, well, to display things like featured posts and posts by date, as well as full text search. But the actual article content would be in the post component, the unique post component. What else do I want to define here? Or should I say, how would you suggest to implement such a feature? This is probably too vague, which is going to kick me in the butt. But let's see what we come up with. Looks fine to me. Okay, so it's gonna use Prisma, which is fine. Let's see what we're doing here. So how's it enhancing it? We're gonna have it's adding tags. That's useful. Zod schema, great, cool. It's using tRPC. So this is so much better than the last time I tried to do something like this, and I 100% credit adding this rule. And if you don't know where those are at, you can go to cursor settings under rules, and you can have like general things. So like these are just kind of rules that I run into all the time, and I'm trying to compile a list of them. It'd be nice if I could do something. Anyway, sorry. Here's the project specific rules, and so you can like add a new one, and then you can tell it. And this is what I was just gonna say. I wish it would have this here, because I would like to be able to say, here's my TypeScript preferences, use when in a TypeScript project. Here's my Python preferences. You know, it's like, because I'm not. Oh, you know what I want to use though? Wait, why is it using the form though? What's it? Oh, that's the search. Because this would be a great opportunity to use like tan stack form. I've been waiting. That's okay. This is actually how I would. This looks really close to how I would do it with React Hook form, so I'm not mad. See, but now we're going down this route. I don't want a dynamic route. I want... I don't want a dynamic route. I want it to understand my routes and create the index based off of that. This might be a good time to like interrupt it. So I want to create my own routes and have them added to the updated, let's say upserted to the database dynamic at build time. This way I can make customized blog posts. So your rich customized blog post with their own features and components. Let's just say features. With their own features, but still have indexing. Yeah, so I should have noticed that over here, right? Like, okay, yeah, content. I should have noticed that right there. For search. Lists and I'll just say search and listing. Let's see what it does with this. It's still trying to do that. Maybe it had an idea of how it was going to do this anyways. Let's find out. It's not supposed to be a dynamic route structure, though. What is it thinking? I want to know. I have a feeling it's one of those things where it's like, you know, like image generation, things look like there's like, you know, it's trying to look like something that's predictable. I actually ran into this earlier. Let's see if I can pull it up real quick. Where I was, I've got my little avatar guy, and I was trying to make like just like a OG image sort of thing, and so it's like, hey, what would ChatGPT come up with if I asked it to do the thing, and this was basically what I ran into. Sorry. Anyways, so I gave it the original image. I'm like, hey, can you create a new OG image based on that? And so like it created it with the helmet on the head, and I'm like, well, the astronaut should be holding the floating helmet on a string like a balloon. And so then it's like, this is as close as I can do, because it's just not good at surrealism. I don't know. I think that's an unfair statement. Okay, here we go. Now so it created the dynamic route, but now it's creating these other ones too. So I don't know what. Anyways, I think certain models have been good at surrealism, and maybe by accident in some ways. But especially with more modern tools, I've run into this a lot where asking it to do something, I saw an example the other day where it's like, create me a elephant with, it's holding up 3 apples, and it has 3 legs and 5 trees or whatever. And a lot of these tools did an impressive job about 5 trees, 3 apples, but when it came to doing 3 legs to the elephant, they all had 4. Like it just doesn't have examples, or it has too many examples of elephants and related creatures having 4 legs to deviate. Man, I'm getting way out here. I need to be like, matter slugify. Whoa. Okay. What are we getting into here? I need to start catching up on what it's doing. Okay, what's this next file? Let's it's not even done yet. Okay, sure. I think that's fine. Pagination maybe should actually be in the feature, but I can move it later if it really is specific to blog. If it's, it looks like it's trying to do something. I appreciate it. Really is trying to follow the standard of what's going on in here. That's pretty impressive. Pagination. I don't know why it's doing that though. That's interesting. Might be cause for a new rule. Let's see here. Yeah, guess we'll see. I'd rather use shadcn form. But I don't think that's exactly what it has in mind. Like I said, I can move them over to the blog feature if these really are blog specific. I don't know how I feel about that either way. All right. Blog schema. Sorry. I feel like there was a way to infer this from the Prisma types, but that's okay for now. Label. I have labels. I don't have labels. But I could use Yeah, what did the form ended up being? What does that look like? It's React form provider. Oh, okay. That's interesting how much it's doing here. What does that look like compared to like shadcn form? I'm curious if it's like copying. Like, is it using this as how referencey is this, right? Like, because this is also using React Hook form. These components already exist in shadcn UI. How about we install them from there instead of creating new ones? Form, I do have input already. So your badge is here. And label. All right. Probably need to chew on that for a second. Yeah. Oh, does that paginate? It has pagination too. Beautiful. I should have checked that a little bit closer. It's good, but it could have been sketch. It's your pagination. Yeah, it's okay. And then it just left me with these empty folders. Oh, okay. It's gonna get rid of those too. Cool. Yeah, one of these times it's gonna kick out like an rf slash. Now what do we get? Also, let's go ahead and run the Prisma generate while we're at it. Generate. There we go. Yeah, I was gonna say, because this should resolve some of the why would that not work? Oh, because it's deleted. Because it doesn't exist, Corey. All right. Anyways, okay, so I'm gonna accept the blog schema tentatively. What's next? Yeah, we have this. We already went ahead and accept or made that. So I wonder what it's gonna do with the content here. I need to look at that script, which is not here. Oh, it's interesting. Do I have drizzle still in the? I mean, that isn't used anyways. Wait, I was gonna say though, do I have drizzle still referenced in the rules? I had it in a different like. Sorry. Oh, I need to get rid of that one too. Rule example, delete. No, I don't. Huh. I wonder where it came up with that. It's fine though, probably. Okay, yes, that's fine. I'm familiar with that package. And I've used it before and I like it. Okay. So we have get all based on a search param schema to get all. Okay. I guess it's a get all filtered sort of deal. Sorry, where publish district. We got a published flag. I appreciate that. We could have search, or yeah, some filtering based off of featured tags or a query. And the query is just kind of a case insensitive title or content. Okay. I mean, simple. I can work on the full text indexing separately. I have some thoughts about how to do that in a way that's relatively easy. Guess I don't have date functions installed. I'm fine with that. Sorry, I went way too fast. Here we go. And okay, that's good to me. Doing a find any and account. Although why wouldn't you just count? Oh, because you could have a limit, right? Okay, so this is like getting the ones you're actually going to return, but you also want to know how many total just in case there's pagination required. Which is doing that. Okay, get by slug. So this is like kind of a get by ID sort of thing. So you have your input, which is just a slug. I appreciate that like it didn't make its own schema for this, because that's the sort of thing that I would do too. I'd have it just inline here. I mean, I'd inline up to like 3 or probably about 3 lines is still clean enough for a router. Yeah, this database doesn't really have anything in it anyways. Can I hit? Yeah, there we go. Sorry, I just cleared my throat again. Man, this is... That's all right. I'm almost done with this. I might just have to like not stream if I am having this sort of condition. Oh, and it's even gonna update the README for me proactively. What about that? All right. I see a lot of red here, so let's figure out what is going on. So it's saying we got our database schema, build time indexing, custom blog post, core blog components. We got a card, pagination search, default post template. Oh, that's good. Got the tRPC API, which I'm reviewing right now. To create a blog post, you do this. You create the directory, create the page, include the special metadata comment at the top of the file, and the blog indexer will extract this metadata, build time, and post it. Cool. I mean, this seems like what I want. So if it got us even most of the way there, and so far it's not bad. I mean, it's, you know, it deviated on the Shadcn thing, but like, I mean, this, I think that's my Yeah, I have it in my components, so I think I should have known. I'm sorry, should have known. But that, yeah. Create. So is the script? And what does slug do? I feel like that ended up being a not thing. Is this my template then? Oh, and so there's the special metadata. Neat. What does this look like? Yeah, this is not what I want. And I don't think it's necessary, so I can go back and delete it in a minute. I suspect that comes back to the, okay, let's go back to where I was, sorry. All right. It is, yeah, that's right. That's what I was thinking about. It's like, is it using create? It's interesting. Update. Appreciate this protected procedure, but that kind of does tell me like that it's not going to be able to, and delete. Okay, that's fine. Let me restart the TypeScript server, cause yeah, okay. Nope, never mind. Should I do the thing? I should do the thing. Yeah, that's interesting. Like, I was curious about that. Like, next config. Is that an old thing, or is that just like a hallucination? It was a thing. Or maybe it is a thing. That's latest. Sorry, actually. If I run it again, do I get the same? I do. Unrecognized key and objects. Okay, what am I? Next config. Or is it something to do with... See, are these in here at all? Gray matter, slugify. No, they're not. So what is it supposed to do? If a dependency is using Node.js specific features and you choose to opt out, specific dependencies from the server components bundling. So, first of all, did it even, like, am I using... Okay, so it did, in theory, add Slugify. Does that, oh, do I need to install? Because I don't think it ever did a PNPMI. Oh, I guess it did? I remember the ad for the one thing. Maybe there was a bunch of stuff on there. I remember that. I already have .m technically, but yeah. I wouldn't put scripts inside a source. Source for me is only stuff that gets bundled. So also, I don't know why you would write JS when Sorry, I don't know where. Yeah, why would you write JS when you've got a whole TypeScript project? Like you can just run and write TypeScript. Unless maybe it's because it wants to be able to run it in a specific way. But this apparently doesn't exist. Did it get installed? No. And SWC register is been deprecated. So SWC node register instead. This is something that like is really frustrating to me. It's like, so what does this do? Like, what does this do? I have no idea. It doesn't say. There we go. Fast TypeScript, JavaScript transformer without node ship and post install script. So does one run the other? Is that like it's... Sorry. I'll get to this stuff. I feel like I'm missing some things still. I gotta close all of this real quick. All right. This is acceptable. Next. This is real gross. But it's a start, I guess. That is the thing. Oh man. Sorry, thinking about the like MCP server. If you could have an MCP server that would look at your ESLint config and pull back like the rules. Basically, like you just have all of this ready so like it knows what to do. Okay. Yep. Okay. Matter. I'm gonna close and open because I do feel like there's a big potential here for one of those situations where things just aren't reloading, dependencies aren't getting reindexed correctly. Maybe? All right, we're getting closer. Okay, this one it should have known. Should have known. Because title could be undefined. Wait. Is it one of... No, it'd be like... that. I have a thing for this. Would it work in this script though? I don't know. I'm gonna come back and look at that later because that's an interesting thought. Okay, so we're saying, but we're already saying, does it exist? I just find that's an any, right? But can we use Zod here to validate the metadata? Because it's grabbing that. Yeah. Please use Zod to validate the metadata in the blog indexer. So we have full type safety. Validate the metadata. Let's see. I'm sure it'll be fine. Be fine. Oh, also I probably still need to install that SWC register thing. And hopefully it has like the same API. Guess we'll find out. Wait. Oh, it's in the ats. Register. Okay. Yeah, it is here. You can find .env. Why is it not? Okay, anyways. So we got da. Okay, that looks way better. Okay. Here's the layout that I don't think we want or need. This confusing thing that we're not. Okay, so where are we at with that? Sorry. Oh, unrecognized keys in the config. No. Sorry, where did I put that? Did I close it? No, here it is. I guess, how do we comment this out for now and I see what the repercussions are? We're not using it, so don't. There we go. All right, so here's my hello world. This is my example. Cool. That's interesting that it didn't. No, but that was almost right. I mean, UTC, that'd be right. So it has access to the UTC time, or it seems to anyways. I like this. Yeah, it's tags, all that stuff. I mean, this is looking pretty solid overall. Yeah, we don't want to use links. But otherwise, it's fine, and we will probably delete it. All right, the blog search. So we got, sorry, I'm just gonna accept because all that green makes things hard to read. I can always hit undo and it goes back. Blog search function. Got a resolver. Wait, what? Is this what this is for? I'm so confused. I got a chirpy kitty. Hi. Yeah? She loves being held. And by loves being held, I mean she really does not like it. But she'll put up with it for a second for... Yeah, she's just giving me the stink eye. Why would you pick me up? Oh, sorry. I wanted to look at... Right. Oh, wait, it's grabbing? And then it's... I'm so confused what it's trying to do here. It's like grabbing params and then setting params. I guess we'll get back to this one. This one's defined a router, but it's not even using it. It's fine. It's fine. Sure. Oh yeah. Will it run? Will it run? Will it load? It surprisingly loads. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's not surprising in the least. But, I mean, yeah, it's here. So we got the... Okay, yeah, so there's deletes in here because there was some stuff originally. But now we are here. So what is it complaining about? The use router. Oh, that's the block search. Wait. Oh. Huh. That's fine. All of this stuff needs to, yeah. This all need to be client stuff, and I would have expected that. All right. Okay. Should be using awaited properties. Yeah, okay. So in the app router structure, like these things are static, like server generated by default. I can't remember what that was 18, maybe even I think 17 was opt-in, like experimental or something. But so the query stuff needs to be awaited. I think I'll just give this to Claude. I did figure out something. So this was frustrating me forever. So if I hit paste, I copied from the terminal, hit paste, and it's like, oh, here, this is, we're just attach it. It's like, no, I don't want to attach it. I really want it to be part of the prompt, not a reference. Control Shift V. Because you can't just hit enter when things are just attached. Let's see what that'll give us. Anyways, while that's working, let's keep looking at this. Okay, the README, fine. Cool. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Did it? Yes, it was. Never mind, sorry. I was like, was it using gray matter? I don't remember. Now, this is the root blog page, okay. Oh, those are the changes just made. Cool. Does that mean that, oh, look at that. It loads. Okay. I need to run the index, right? So pm blog index. Okay. Cool. Ooh, why am I on 22? No, is that right? Okay, yeah. Although there is an update. No, never mind. It's the unstable. Okay, I'm good. For some reason, I thought we were on 24 already. Anyways, let's grab, I was going to grab this. Yeah, we're dangerously close to vibe coding here, guys. I don't know. Thing about vibe coding, and like, the more you know what it's supposed to look like, the better you're going to be able to vibe code. But I mean, it is going to change. I definitely am of the opinion that it will continue to. Oh wait, no, hold on. Okay, oh cool, it found it. I mean, these tools are just gonna keep getting better. Like, I've been following the whole AI thing since way before ChatGPT and LLMs were a household name, and the rate at which things continue to improve is exponential, and this exponential curve is, it is wildly, I don't even know how to describe. There's so many different ways it could go. There's so much that could happen, or sorry, that doesn't make sense to me. Missing semicolon where? Oh, wait. I thought it was converting this to a... I thought it was converting the JS to a TS. It was converting the TS to a JS. I see. Okay. I can ask it to change things over at some point. Oh, that's interesting. So we'll have to keep it flat because otherwise it'll be reflected here. I mean, why wouldn't you just trim the white space instead of flattening it? You can coerce. I should be keeping a list of these things. Oh, it's nice using a transform. Okay, no, that's cool. That is totally acceptable. Oh, wait. That's because I don't have the user ID. I don't even know what the user ID would be. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Buttons are hard. Let's launch the Prisma Studio here, and I'm gonna make sure that, well, let's see, I haven't even logged in or anything. I don't even have a login button here yet. It's so cool. Hold on, wait. Where did I just put that? Where did I closed too many. Sorry. All right. Look at that. Look at that. Cool. So, content's null. Kind of expected that, but if I'm going to be doing full text searching, I do need to have some way of importing it at some point. I mean, that is what it is, right? So how would I scrape my own site? Well, second question is, oh my gosh. And if I click on it, oh, it works. Wow. This is, it got really, it did a good job. There's things obviously that would change. Let's hear, what can we, hello. Hello, hello. So what happens if I hit search? Nothing but, it did work. That is freaking rad. So it's updating the query because this page is using the query. I like that. Then I can use like back and forward navigation, all the other stuff, not to mention in theory, I could do a whole lot of different things with like the server side generation. All right. Yeah, so here I could run transforms on them and do the trimming, or I could just iterate over the object and trim everything. Or I could leave it flat. I mean, that's obviously the simple solution for now. All right, so if this is all this amazing thing. Now, did we end up needing... I feel like I can... So we didn't end up needing... This didn't matter. This was fine. So let's bring that back in. All right. So let's go ahead and commit these as like, you know, blog MVP, so that I can screw around with some things and not worry about breaking it so much. Because, oh yeah, do I need this? Is this doing anything at all? It's not, right? If I click into here, this is the actual route. That is so long. Why did that take so long? What is it doing? I wonder if it was partially because of that. Like if I create... images, blog, and then we'll just like use this, this. I should set a default. It's a PNG, not a JPG though. Wait, oh, that's because this is not that page at all. And that is not a page. This is the page, and this is the PNG. Now, if I run another terminal, and we run pm blog index, does it update it? Sweet, it does. It still takes longer than I want it to. I'm curious. So React Server component. What is it doing? Oh, also, yeah, I should be able to just nuke this, right? And nothing cares. This doesn't care. This doesn't care. Yeah. This is a fantastic start. Yeah, because now I want to add like, you know, index. I want to add featured posts. I want to do all those things that you would expect from a feature-rich blog. But this gives me such a great foundation. And how long have we been at this? Let's check the stream counter. An hour. So it took us an hour to get to this solution from nothing, including a whole lot of yapping and poking around and, you know, anyhow. Okay, so that's that. What was I looking at? I want to know what the actual page is doing. Okay, so it is doing like a... Why? I mean, I guess because it can, but like... Is it even using that? I guess it is. It's got the... It's using it to render its own tags at the end. I mean, obviously, I don't need that. So if I get rid of that... I'll just comment it out for now. I mean, it's a great proof of concept. if I do that. Oh yeah, look how fast that page loads now. Boom. Boom. Yeah, cool. I would want a template or a wrapper to make sure that it's using the helper functions for like pre-rendering and stuff. What happens if I build this? Let's look. So pnpm, what are the bets that this is going to work or not? So the pre-build worked. Index the blog post. Oh yeah. I mean, I'm not mad. It honestly has done such a great job overall. What is the complaint here? String is not compatible with. Okay, so this is not. Well, that's interesting. It should be. All right. Oh, wait, huh? Sorry. Query mode. Property mode. Well, where's my IntelliSense? Why is my IntelliSense not working? That's weird. Oh, something's choking here. Let's restart ESLint and the TypeScript server. There we go. Oh yeah, those were popping up earlier. So what else do we have if we lint? Is this missing from the lint? It's TS. It should be included. I guess because this isn't a linting rule. It's just, oh, it's runtime error, right? It's not a linting rule. Anyways. Okay. I can still do the thing where I say quick fix and fix with AI. Oh, wow. That's not. No. It is not always a good. It's interesting that I wonder why this is this way and not like it is with the linting rule where it gives me the option to fix in. Oh no, there it is. Gotcha. It's just up ahead because I have a plugin for pretty error types, and so that must be injecting underneath wherever cursor's injecting this at. Guys, I'm excited. Now I can write blog posts. There we go. was. Gotcha. See, I probably... That's good. I probably would have done like casting the type, like query : yeah, that's what I would have done. Oh, where'd it go? That's interesting. I haven't seen that before. So these are going to probably be very similar. Yep. That changed it. Okay. And since I'm just accepting, I'm going to go back to the top and take a quick look. Also, that is just for types. There we go. All right. So here's our more typed out query. And honestly, like, we could use Prisma's query builder. Another thing to add, I guess that's what I need to do. Like, when I'm going through and reviewing code, I should just like have like a voice dictation open or something and like use it to gather notes for what I would do differently so that I can keep track. I mean, I guess I do have a video. Sorry, I am not paying nearly enough attention. There we go. Okay, so all of these are fine. It's still basic for what I would actually like, but it's totally good for now. I need to figure out how to get the scraper, not the scraper, the indexer to scrape like inner HTML or something. It'd probably like use... We could use like probably a testing agent. Use like Playwright. That way it can actually like render the page, or I could use something like Cheerio, but that's not going to work with like the JSX, and it's going to have a harder time actually like building the content out. Or I can like do a server and query the pages, but that's definitely getting much more complicated. I think even the testing agent, I don't know to think about that. Like, if I have this, I could regex getting the return data, but that's going to give me JSX, and I want the rendered HTML. Or yeah, because I might have loops, I might have dynamically constructed content, I'm gonna have components and other stuff. So all right, so that kind of brings me back to I could use I guess my concern is that if I use a testing tool like Playwright or Cypress, it's going to add a lot of time to the build, whereas right now it's pretty snappy. So maybe the full text indexing is a separate process. Well, I'll noodle on that and come up with a good... Oh, actually, that's... sorry, I just realized. How does this look with lay mode? I mean, the image stinks, but that's acceptable. No! I turned the server off. Okay. I was fixing something. I fixed it, right, though? So let's try building again. because this was something interesting I wanted to look at, was how much was generated versus what's going to be kept dynamic, and we're not going to get there because we still have things. Oh, why do I have a post router and a blog router? I guess seriously, wait. Why do I have a... What's the blog router used for? And what's the post router used for? Now I really want to know. Blog. So it's going to be like api.blog. So blog is used the get all function for populating the page based on the query. Okay. Yeah, so it's building the query based off of the search params. I really like this. Is actually this right here is 100% something that I've kind of been trying to get right for a little while now, and honestly this is a really nice way to do it, and I like it, so I'm happy about that. Then it was used over here to get by slug for nonsense. I mean, I don't need it. Okay. Anyhow, so what is api.post used for? Nothing. Okay. It's part of the original scaffolding. Nuke it. Now it's going to be like, you needed that. Fine. Yeah. I mean, I obviously should have seen that coming, but... I mean, I like the that format, but why would I do the longer when it's this just is? I guess because it's like if it changed, but like if I moved server or somewhere else, I wouldn't have to update imports if this was routed to server, right? But I wouldn't anyways because this is going with it. It's all relative. Hey, look at that. All right, so we got blog and we got, oh, so blog is functional, yeah. But hello world is pre-rendered. And I could definitely improve that. You know what else I need to do? I'm going to need to add the sitemap. Where did I do that? That I have a good example for. Sorry, because I did this not terribly long ago, and I don't want to have to remember how to do it. But there's a... I think it's right in the app directory, and it's like called metadata. What project was that? Sorry. It was unfiltered. Source app. Sitemap. Oh, sitemap, not metadata. Sorry. That makes more sense. Cool. Yes. Okay. Sitemap. All right. So, I don't have an about page. I don't have a contact page right now. Let's see. I have a CV. Hopefully not. Yearly. Bi-yearly. There we go. Bi-yearly's optimal-ish blog. So the blog one is I would probably want to have with the dynamic. And this is where, so blog posts, blog. Now it's going to need to build out this, sorry, hissing. There we go. That looks great until I get to 100. That's fine. So publish that could potentially be null. What's the, is that just because it can be, it's just optional. Huh. Oh, right, because it might not be published. And, oops, that's not what I want to do. I want to go back to, wow, here we go. Slow your roll. Okay. Oh, the old man is asking for food. It's a pretty good time because I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. But I want to get this part set so we can see how that works. But this basically creates a is it sitemap.xml file automatically, which, oh, you know what? That's the other thing I would need. Sorry, where is my other? Of the sitemap, but in public we have, wait, I thought that there was robots in here. Maybe that was separate. I thought I had robots in this one though. Anyways, all right. All right, we don't have the contact page right now. We just have the home page, which we'll say daily for now because that's hard to. And actually, I'm going to go back to daily for this one, because when the search indexing happens, I would like it to hit this regularly until I get a little bit more burned in, and then I will update this to like monthly or something so that I'm not getting queried daily by the search engines, although that's like the least of my traffic. Most traffic seems to be coming from like AI scrapers and stuff right now. Okay, so I think this is good, and if I build again, I should see the sitemap generated. And I'm nodding my head to the beat of a song you can't hear because I don't have royalty-free music to play for you guys. Hey, look at that. Although it's not static. I feel like it should be static. I mean, obviously because of this. And if that's the case, can I use like the pre-render function or the, oh, what is it? There's a hydration. Let's see here. Where'd that? Let's go back to that test. Because this has an example of how that would look. This. So this does allow for pre-rendering. So if there's a user logged in, then it wants to get the get latest post prefetch, which allows for this. Oh man, how does that? Oh, that's actually new to me. Cool. Is that coming from? Oh, so is that get latest? Oh, is that where that's coming from? Okay. But I don't think that helps me here. So I think that what I'm looking at. It wants to run it every single time, but I'll figure it out later. Or not later, but well, yeah, later. I mean, I will come back to this because I feel like there's got to be a right way to do this. Because it's not, obviously it's not use client. So it's not dynamic. I mean, I guess I can look at let's look at the docs real quick. Sitemap. Okay. So it's cached by default. Can I force not dynamic? Force static? Yeah, I definitely need to look more. I need to learn more about this part because this is. I know how to force dynamic, right? But I would like the opposite of that. And let's see here. Well, I guess I can ask. I mean, this is where learning with Claude. Using Next.js 15 and React 19, is it possible to how do I ask this? Is it possible to use server-side generation for the sitemap when it has I guess dynamic function. Let's say tRPC input. Input right? I don't even know if that's the right word. The site is and like I also want to play around with ISR because I have not. I'm familiar with the idea, but I haven't actually implemented it, so I definitely want to do that. But that's not what I want to do here, because the way my blog is set up, it's totally fine that it's just built at runtime. So the sitemap is being flagged as dynamic. Can we manually set it to static? I would love it if it's that easy. Now, a lot of times you are going to want this to be dynamic if you have something like that, because like if your website has like a blog where you're doing the database post in a traditional way and it can have new posts even though you're not rebuilding the site and launching it and deploying it. Hey, look at that. It did. That is fantastic. That is exactly what. Okay, cool. It was that easy. That is lovely. Sorry. You would want this to be dynamic if you have dynamic content. Since this content should not be changing unless I am rebuilding the site, I'm very comfortable having it be static instead. So that is exactly how I want it. Now, I can deploy this if I want, because it's not, I haven't added the route to like my layout yet. I mean, actually, I could make the same argument for the blog page, except for no, it has to handle the route condition, so it's going to be dynamic either way. I could structure this in a way that was static, but I don't think that is necessary or ideal. The fact that I can click on this and it like really quickly comes up. What was the latency on that? Oh gosh, sorry. The light mode is brutal. There we go. So let's clear out. Oh, that's 23 milliseconds. That's fantastic. All right, I'm happy with this. I need to go feed the old man because he has like no teeth. Like when we rescued him, he was in rough condition. And so out of all of our cats, he is spoiled in that he gets like wet food basically 3 times a day, because he also has like a stomach that's the size of a grape. So yeah, I'm gonna go feed him, and I'll probably mess around with this design. No, I'm gonna get ready for, I'm gonna call it a night, because it's 9 here and I would like to be rested tomorrow. So thank you all for swinging by and hanging out. I hope that this was helpful in one way or another, or entertaining, or both. But yeah, I think this was a really cool. This is really what I wanted to build today. So I'm glad that it worked, and I'm excited to make it look nicer so that I can write some blog posts and launch it. Actually, I have an old blog that on a probably the SSL cert's even like expired and it's not. I've been wanting to turn that. It's like an old WordPress site, and I've been wanting to just turn that server off for a long time now. So I will probably move over some content from there and then write some new stuff because there's some really cool things that are, yeah, I have some ideas. The reason that I built it this way was so that I could write my blog posts in Next in React, so that I can make really cool tech demos and other things. Do I want to save this? Uh-oh. Yes. Okay, sorry. Freaking myself out there. Yeah, and other things that would be really hard to do if you were just using some sort of CSM or generic database driven, like you're pulling content out as HTML or Markdown or whatever you're you can do a lot with those things and they're cool, but not for what I wanted to be able to do. So like I want blog posts that are interactive. I want blog posts that like are fun to fun to engage with. So that's the idea. Anyhow, yeah, I'm out of here. So